Wait, guys, where is my phone? I would really like to take my mind off of this right now. Technology has become such a huge and internally useful part of our lives. Computers, more powerful than the one that first sent mankind to the moon, are right in our pockets and hopefully not hands. And around 5 years old is when I got my first major exposure to technology. A little iPad my parents got me to hopefully learn some math and English on. Eventually, I found it more entertaining to just watch YouTube and play brainless games. I was glued to that screen. Luckily, my parents limited my screen time to strictly the weekends, as not to let their daughter rot away in front of the screen. Later, I understand how my parents' job took away a majority of their time and patience. Even through all that, they still made the conscious effort to get me away from the screen and outside to places I've never been. Throughout the years, they started to become more lenient with my screen time. Eventually, it reached a point where I would be on my device from after school to about bedtime and spent a majority of my summer looking at my screen. I was slowly developing an addiction. Once I got my phone in high school, I was with it 24/7. My first instinct was to wake up. My wake up is to check my phone. My first instinct when I'm bored is to check my phone. And my first instinct before I even take a bite of my food is to check my phone. Over time, this reliance, addiction, grew stronger. I would need at least 30 minutes of mindless scrolling before I could even settle my mind down enough to go to bed. When I was trying to apply for this program at FI, I heard that it would be 100% technology free. My initial thought was, oh no, oh well. First day when here, I felt as if I was missing a part of myself. My device simply not being on my person made me anxious. It was then that I realized I had an issue. I understand that some of that came from not being able to communicate with my family and friends, but an equal portion of it came from not being able to scroll when I'm bored. I was just so uncomfortable sitting there with my own thoughts. It was during one of my restless nights here that I remembered a conversation I had in English. The topic of screen time got brought up in a class discussion. Everybody immediately checked their weekly screen time average and shared it with the class. One of my classmates got a shocking 13 hours average of screen time per day. Right as that was revealed, somebody shot up with, what do you even do all day? Reflecting on that later, laying awake in bed, made me realize how much of our generation was really missing out on. 13 hours, that's our whole day gone. We, as a generation, collectively don't look up and take in the world around us, or even people. I don't want to be 60 years old and see my generation, and even the ones after mine, waste away in front of a screen. Instead of a whole day, it's a whole lifetime spent not present in the moment. By the time my generation even reaches that age, how much of the earth will even be left for us to take in? We need to learn to live in the present, the moment. No matter how boring it may be, our first instinct shouldn't be scrolling on our phones, maybe read a book, talk to the people around us, or even meditate. There is no way to get rid of cell phones entirely. They serve as such a great source to gain and maintain connections, communicate with no delay, and a vast wealth of information. All we can do now as a generation is to practice mindfulness when it comes to cell phones. And this mindfulness can hopefully be taught to future generations by parents who care.